Welcome to Homestead Mamas, the podcast for homesteading mamas who are juggling raising farm animals and children. We're your hosts, Britten, Alan, AnnaBelle Taylor, and Haley Gear. And in each episode, we'll dive into real stories, hard lessons learned, and laughs for life on the land. We are three mamas who've all started small homesteads while growing our families. While it's been a challenge for all of us, we all agree that every challenge has been worth the reward of finding our community and rural living. We started this podcast in hopes to help others find a place that they find relatable. We will talk about lessons learned on the homestead, chickens, dairy animals, steps to self-sufficiency, canning, making mom friends, and more. We hope you'll learn from our stories on the do's and the don'ts. Hi guys!
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, so this is our first episode. We're recording it. I am going to be interviewing AnnaBelle Taylor.
Yep.
And we're just going to get right into it. I have a couple questions that I want to ask her.
Just talk to us a little bit.
Okay, so my first question is, can you take us back to the moment you decided to start homesteading, especially while raising kids? What sparked that journey?
That's a really good question. Something that sparked me when first starting homesteading and just wanting to do it. I guess ever since I was little, I've always wanted to be around horses and farming and all that. And I guess that kind of went into my dating life. I wanted to have somebody that had those same values and goals in raising very independent kids and learning hard work and just raising farm kids. So it kind of started with dating, and I found the perfect husband to do that because he grew up farming with his grandparents and training with his mom, horses with his mom. And so I guess it's just been kind of always a dream to raise farm kids. And so when we were first married and going to college, it just was like, okay, we're working towards those dreams and goals. And then unexpectedly we started to start our family, and it was like, well, we wanted our kids 2 years apart, so we just kept having kids. And then once we were able to find a piece of property, it started all to happen. Then got animals, and here we are. We got kids and animals that we're finally chasing that dreams.
Okay, so what is something that you were doing that you would consider homesteading before you had your land?
That's also a good question. I don't think a lot of people count it as homesteading, but I think simply just creating within your daily to be more self-efficient. I think homesteading, we all crave for that self-efficient and not relying on the government or whoever else, right? And just be more confident in knowing what you're doing. So I think it started with canning. I started with canning jam.
How much land do you have?
We have 10 acres at the moment. We're only using up probably an acre of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
okay, what kind of animals do you have on land currently, and what is something you're hoping to include soon?
Okay, that's a really good question. So we have a dairy cow and her calf right now, and hopefully the calf will be gone. Because he is a bull calf and we just don't have the time or energy for him right now.
Yeah.
So we have our dairy cow, and she's a Jersey, and she blesses our family with that raw milk.
And she's a sweetheart.
She is. We also have 30.
I forgot you had so many.
So we have those for eggs and everything, and then we have 3 rabbits. The reason we started rabbits is because we made a deal with our daughter. She kept her room clean for a certain amount of time. She could have another responsibility and a prize for that. I guess that's how we started the rabbits. They're actually, I can see why people have rabbit farms for their homestead. I can understand that. We hope to have horses soon, actually. We have a couple of them in mother-in-law's property at the moment. So super excited about that. We hope to have in the future some ducks and sheep, and some pigs. So yeah, just a little bit of everything, I guess, as long as it makes it.
How many kids do you have?
We have 3 kids. We got pregnant with the first one when I was 19, so we got a kind of a head start than other people. So we got 3, and they're super sweet and so much fun, and they can be feral at times. We got 2 girls and 1 boy, all under the age of 8.
Yeah, a good kid. Okay, what is one of your favorite homesteading
My favorite homesteading task. Oh gosh, that's a really good question. Just homesteading is hard overall.
Yeah.
And all the tasks are challenging, and um, like there's a lot of growth that comes with each task. But I would have to say that I would say my favorite task in homesteading is canning. The satisfaction of having that food in a jar and having it sit on that shelf, and I don't know, the way that a food looks like in a jar is so satisfying and so beautiful. But also like knowing that you have that in the future is it's a good feeling. So
What do you think your kids are learning by growing up this way, on the land with animals and in a slower-paced lifestyle?
I think they're simply learning hard work and appreciation for God's creation. So
That's good, yeah. Okay, homesteading and parenting are both full-time jobs.
yeah.
How do you juggle the two, and what does a typical day look like for you?
How I juggle the two. Well, let's talk about what I do daily first and just kind of go from there.
Mhm.
But for right now, like it's taken time to figure out a schedule that works. But right now I'm waking up early in the morning before my kids get up, and I'm getting stuff done on the homestead. And then when the kids wake up, I'm giving them breakfast. I'm getting homeschooling
Yeah.
done because some of us choose to do homeschooling on top of homesteading.
Yes.
Right. And of course, I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand in some certain aspects in our life. But then later in the day, the kids go out with me to take care of the animals too. So they're still getting that hard work done and all of that. So balancing it takes time figuring out, and different seasons of your life, it could vary every month. It's, yeah, balance, I wouldn't say is the right word for it. It's just finding a rhythm of what works at the time in the season of your life.
That's good. I like that. Okay, looking back, if you could give yourself one piece of advice when you were just starting out, what would it be?
Just go for it. I think I had a lot of fear in um, the what ifs and what if I fail, but we're gonna fail as we learn and grow, and that's just the process. You have to trust the process. I should have. I wish that I started sooner, and I just started doing it and just doing whatever, and just letting the failures just be part of the process and just enjoying the process of it. So I just doing it. That's what I should.
Yeah. Okay, you taught yourself everything from scratch, but how did you learn the skills you needed? What were the resources you reached for to learn these things?
So I reached out to, I think a lot for me was older generations, my grandparents, because the things that I wanted to achieve in was things that was in the normal in their daily. So canning, that's something that they grew up doing all the time. It's just something that they did. Uh, Learning, like my grandpa, I learned how to deal with cows, and just the older generation. They have so much knowledge for us to receive and just grow from, and I think we take and we take for granted their knowledge that they have. And I think over generations, it's kind of some of the things that they have done in their daily is fully lost in this art because of the technology that we have. So a lot of things that I reached out to and resourced to and learning is from the older generation most of the time.
Ooh, that was really good. I like that. Okay, so what was like a tipping point for you where you were like, I'm done with this and we need to focus more on learning these long longevity skills?
This is actually an interesting story, and it's kind of weird at the same time. But when I learned about radiation, and I didn't want our microwave in our house,
remember that, yeah.
I got rid of our microwave. This sounds crazy, but I got rid of it, and it's just something like we use all the time. And it's actually super scary to get rid of it. But when we got rid of it, I'm like, how do I melt my butter? How do I file my meat? Yeah. And I'm like, it was something we had to get used to of using other things on the stovetop and just like prepping beforehand, before that day. That
I had another question, and then it cut.
your
microwave.
Yes. Sorry about that, you guys. This is rough.
So I want to pause her for a second. So she got rid of her microwave. We were living in a little house. We were building this house, and I told my husband we are not getting a microwave, and he is still super salty about it. He's constantly like, we could have warmed this up in the microwave for 2 minutes, not 20 in the oven. And I'm like, you're fine. Get over it.
The less radiation, the better. I think.
You'll thank me later.
You gotta do your research with that. But it was
everything we say here is just our opinions.
Yes.
If you're curious, do your own research.
Yes.
Always and forever.
But once we got rid of that microwave, we had to resource in how to, and just be more thoughtful in melting butter and like thawing out meat, what I was saying before. But as we were going through the process of that, it was a learning point to go, a lot of things that we have, such as a microwave and all these other appliances, or having fast food nearby, conveniences take away our knowledge on how to do things. And so that was a big aha moment to me, to learn more of that so that I could be more self-sufficient. If the power were to go out, I know how to do it, and I wasn't going to freak out that I didn't have my microwave. And so that, at that point, that was a learning point for me to go, you know what? Not everything is beneficial. It may seem nice, but it's actually taking away our knowledge and skills and how to actually do a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. So AnnaBelle is in the process of hopefully building her home soon. Which I am super excited for. She got to see me and Jackson build ours, so I'm hoping that she gets to do hers really soon. We're praying for it. Okay, so if the power were to go out when you build your home, what are some things that you may have thought about to implement in your home that could help combat the loss of power?
Right.
Yeah.
That's something me and my husband talk a lot about, actually. We've even talked about having an outside kitchen, so we can have wood burning stove out there, and so that we're able to cook outside, so we can keep the inside of our house cool for the hot months, and even having wood burning stove on the inside as well, so we can keep the house warm when cooking and stuff, because that's how a lot of people kept their house warm. I just kind of always have the thought in the back of my head, going, okay, how did the pioneers do it, right? Mm-hmm. I just kind of have that in mind. So we plan on having, I'm trying to remember if we had propane or gas, something of that sort. So we don't have to have electricity, but we're hoping to have solar panels, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So we haven't worked out like the small details yet, but that's just a glimpse of what we've talked about.
Yeah, but you're supposed to figure it out now before you get everything going, and then you have the idea of what you want. Right. Which is great.
Yes. But you also want to like take it day by day. Yeah. Let's get to talk about it, but it's okay not to be super, super deep into this is what we're doing exactly no matter what. Because there can be things that change in the process. Yeah. That's part of what we want to do, but we also want to do a root cellar.
Yes.
And so we can be able to store things and have it last longer, because I don't know if you guys know much about canning, but if you're able to can your food and have it in a cold, dark room, it can actually end up lasting longer. People say that canning food could last up to like a year, but it can actually last a lot longer than that if you've done it properly.
That's awesome. AnnaBelle, she's really good. She's really good at canning. She actually inspired me. She inspires me to do a lot. Like, let's be real. I kind of follow along. So she's actually the one who got me into canning. And we just started a new series on Instagram, trying to can one thing a week until all of the jars in our houses are filled. So if you want to hop on that, please do. You can follow me at Desert Valley Homestead. And then
Saddle Grove. Yeah, I've got a ton of empty jars that I am excited to fill up.
I'm excited to see what you do first. Yeah.
I haven't announced what I'm going to can yet, but stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to get this going, because going into fall, obviously we have an abundance of food right now.
Yeah.
To get this going and to have a beautiful variety to fill our pantry.
I think the things that are coming up soon is peaches and tomatoes. So
I love that. Apples.
Apples?
We always do a lot of apples. I don't know if you have a ton still from last year.
I have some, but my kids have a lot of love right now.
Oh, good. Okay. Because I remember how much you canned last year.
Yeah.
That was fun.
If you think it out quite a bit for the whole entire year, the goal is to have at least 3 years prepped.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not
the most realistic
for certain families.
Yeah, especially if you have large families, you have to do it very differently.
Yeah, and it helps to have all hands on deck, especially when you're doing like applesauce. Yeah, that's a hot, literally hot mess.
Yeah, it has to be cooked before you can can it, so you're burning yourself. You're not careful. Yeah, we'll have to do something on making like certain recipes and like that, but. I think we
try to be resourceful and help and be knowledgeable and just be able to show people that anyone can do it. And this is why that we have our accounts and all of that. We don't have a lot of followers, but we hope that maybe you can reach a couple people and be an inspiration, and that's all that matters.
Yep, that's great.
Do you have any more questions for me?
Oh, chickens. I want to go back to your chickens.
Okay.
So you have. So AnnaBelle says she has a large flock, or small in comparison, 38 birds. 38 birds. She butchers them and uses the meat, and she cans the meat. How long do you say one bird takes you to process?
It depends how many people are hands deep into it. If that makes sense. Yeah. My husband, I love him. He's super helpful in homesteading, and he is all in for it. He decided to butcher 11 chickens himself.
With 3 kids.
Yes, with 3 kids. And I was off somewhere else. I don't remember what I was doing. But he was butchering 11 of them all by himself. Heart still beating to packing it in the jar.
Did he pack it in the jar himself too? Oh, I thought he saved that part for you. I didn't realize he did that.
Cut them up and put them in jars. Jeez. And then I did the rest.
Oh, yeah.
But all from that, it took him 11 hours by himself.
So that was about an hour.
That's only one person doing it. But if we got 2 people, it cuts down the time.
So do you take the carcasses and make broth with them, or have you done that, or do you just toss them?
So normally when we butcher the chickens within that day, I'm exhausted, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I just throw the carcasses into a bag, put in the freezer.
Perfect.
And I do that another day.
Oh yeah.
I don't ever give our bones to our dog.
No.
He can have cow bones.
Yep.
Or anything bigger, elk bones, all that kind of stuff. But no. I just do that with our chicken bones. We make bone broth and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But another thing we add to our homesteading, we also hunt too.
Yes.
So
yep.
I know that's not what everyone else does too.
Yeah, they're good at what they do too.
So hunting, homesteading, and homeschooling. The basics of what we do in our house.
Yeah. I want to kind of cover some bases. Me and AnnaBelle met in 5th grade. And we are now 28.
Oh my gosh.
So we've been best friends for a very long time.
So we were 11.
11, yeah. We've known each other longer than we've not known each other.
So that's 17 years.
Yeah. So it's been good to learn and to grow with each other. And the fact that we're still on the same path in different ways is just really exciting.
It is pretty awesome. You find your people that are that have the same dreams and goals as you and have the ambition to chase them and achieve them. You want to surround yourself with your circle, because who you are is that you're the average. No.
Yeah.
You're the average of 5 people that you hang out with. So you need to make sure your circle is
good people.
The people that you become. Yeah.
We've got some good people.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if I rambled on a little bit, but
it's good.
This is our first episode, and we're super excited about it. Yeah. And as we learn and grow through this, I hope you guys can bear with us. Just learn with us, and
I want to do some closing remarks. I'm thinking right now we are going to try to release 1 episode a month. If we can do individual episodes where somebody will record and talk about and upload a topic that they really know a lot about, or if they feel passionate about something, we can do like a single person episode, or we can go back and forth between like one person can't make it, so we'll just do two. We're missing one person today. Her name is Haley. We're excited. I'm gonna get her interviewed too. So we're going to try to do it together as often as we can, but it may not always happen.
One of us is going to then interview Britten.
Yeah, eventually we'll get there. But I just want some episodes out before our first official episode together with us three girls, and I'm excited for that one. We'll be dropping episodes once a month. You may see solo content or interviews from other moms learning how to homestead. If you loved this little sneak peek into our homestead lives, be sure to follow the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. We will be sharing more real talk, stories, and practical tips each week. Got a question, a story, or just want to say hi? Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And if you found this episode helpful or fun, it helps more homesteading mamas like you find the show. I hoped you loved that conversation as much as I did. It's proof that you don't need a perfect plan to build a life that is grounded, hands-on, and deeply fulfilling. If this episode lit a fire in you or made you feel seen, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow homesteading mama or one who is dreaming of becoming one. Until next time, keep showing up, getting your hands dirty, and building the life you love.